Hello, my name is Reagan, and I am here to teach you a 16-minute Vinyasa flow class for my Karma Yoga Teacher Training Series with my Vinyasa practice. So I'm glad you're here, and just want to share with you a little bit about class before we get started. In today's class, I will guide you through some postures or yoga asanas throughout the class. And we'll try to move as much as we can with our breath. So using our breath as a tool to guide us and help us be present during class itself. So I'll cue that as well, just to kind of give you some guidelines around that. If there's ever a posture that we get into that doesn't feel comfortable or good to you, definitely feel free to back out of it, skip it altogether. But definitely keep in mind that yoga is sometimes challenging. So if it's something new and maybe a little uncomfortable, maybe give it a try. If you're in pain, of course, or feel unsafe, definitely stick to your guns and sit a posture out if you need to. Okay, so with that being said, take care of yourself, take care of your body, take care of your needs. This 60 minutes is about you and what you need to focus on. In today's class, we'll be focusing on an arm balance, crow posture, which is one of our first arm balances we learn in yoga. So we'll work on that and practice that a few times during class today. And then we'll finish class with Shavasana. So Shavasana is a resting pose. Usually we take it on our back with our belly up, palms up towards the sky. But of course, if for whatever reason that doesn't feel good to you today, you can always take Shavasana in a seated position. And that can be equally as restorative. So we'll finish class with that, and I think that's it. I think that's all I need to tell you for today. And we will go ahead and get started. We're going to start today in child's pose. So kind of towards the back of your mat, we're going to bring our big toes together to touch. Sit your hips down onto your heels, belly down. Start to walk your hands forward to the front of your space, and maybe rest your forehead gently on the mat. So I will meet you there. So again, child's pose. I'm going to sit my hips onto my heels with my big toes together, knees out wide if you like, and then start to walk your hands forward towards the front of your space. In this child's pose position, start to settle in. Take big inhales and big exhales. Just start to become aware of your breath. Maybe in your mind's eye, you visualize your breath as you inhale, rising up the length of your spine. And as you exhale, it's settling back down to the base of your spine. Take a few minutes here in your first posture in this child's pose to settle in, to become present to the four corners of your mat and what you need out of class today. Let go of all the things on your to-do list. I know those can be endless and daunting, but give yourself permission to just be here for the next 60 minutes. Give yourself permission to close your eyes, to get present with your own body, with your own self. On your next inhale, we're going to walk our hands over to the right. So I'll place my right hand on the outside of my mat, place my left hand on top of it, and then press my hips back towards the left. So we're stretching the right side of our body. Let your forehead touch the mat. And you reach. Maybe you come up onto your fingertips, just pulling yourself forward and backwards at the same time. On your next inhale, we'll come back to center. And start to walk your hands the other direction. So left off to the left of your mat, right hand steps on top of your left hand. Sit your hips back towards the right. And on your next inhale, we'll walk our hands back to center. Take one more big stretch here. Maybe you creep your fingertips a little bit closer to the top edge of your mat. On your next inhale, you'll come to a tabletop position. So for tabletop, your wrists are stacked right under your shoulders. Your knees are right under your hips. Let the tops of your feet rest on the mat. Lengthen the crown of your head forward and your tailbone straight back. Take a big inhale here. Round your shoulders forward so the eyes of your elbows are pointed towards the front of your space. Get really strong in the back of your back. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, we're gonna round our spine up towards the ceiling. Hug your belly into your spine, tuck your chin to your chest. On your next inhale, we'll drop our belly, lift your gaze. Lift your heart forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Nice, keep moving just like that. If it feels good in your body, you can take organic movements here. Maybe you make big belly rolls. You can get your neck involved if you'd like. And your next inhale, we'll find our neutral tabletop, lengthening your tailbone back and your crown of your head straight forward. Press the mat away with your hands. We're gonna tuck our toes, lift your knees just an inch or two off the mat and hover here. Start to ignite those core muscles. Breathe in, breathe out. On your next exhale, we're gonna press our hips up and back to downward facing dog. So first downward facing dog, I'm always a little tight. So I like to pedal my heels, bend my right knee, bend my left knee. Your hands should be about in the same position as they were in tabletop. And if you can, you roll the eyes of your elbows forward once again. Lengthen the crown of your head straight down towards that space between your hands. And from there, find a lot of length in your spine. So always in downward facing dog, we're thinking about an inverted V shape. We're thinking about creating length in our spine instead of length in the back of our hamstrings or the back of your legs. We'll take one more big breath in here. And one more big breath out. Inhale, come to your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Take a bunch of baby steps all the way to the top of your mat. So you're in a forward fold position. So forward fold, your feet are about hips width distance apart. Let your head be heavy. Oftentimes you have a tendency to look forward. See if you can let your neck relax. Nice. From here, we're gonna interlace our hands at our elbow creases and sway from side to side. Release our grip. Let your head be heavy. Heel toe your big toes together to touch. As you inhale, we'll find a halfway lift. Hold and breathe here. Same way in tabletop, hugging your low belly. Lengthen and equal in opposite directions. And as you exhale, we'll fold forward. On your next inhale, we'll round up to a standing position, one vertebrae at a time. Take your time. Let your head come up last. Beautiful. Inhale, spread your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, press them back down. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Lift and spread your toes, ground down through your feet. Hug your low belly in and up. So your legs are strong, your core is strong. From here, strong arms reach out to the side, up and overhead. And then draw your prayer hands down to your heart center. Close your eyes, soften your gaze. Feel your feet firmly planted on the earth. Feel the crown of your head raising up towards the ceiling. Breathe in. breathe out. Take a moment to set an intention for class. It can be whatever you want it to be. I'll offer the intention of being comfortable in uncomfortable situations. Noticing the difference between uncomfort and pain. And charging forward when I feel a little uncomfortable in an effort to learn more, to grow more, to become more powerful. Nice. On your next inhale, we're going to sweep those arms out to the side, up overhead, your palms meet at the top. Maybe you gaze up at your prayer hand. As you exhale, we're going to bow forward. Keep your spine straight as you go. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, you step back to high plank. Hold and breathe here for just a moment. Notice your own strength. Notice the length from your heels all the way to the crown of your head. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to shift our weight forward. Bend your elbows just 90 degrees for Chaturanga. Always an option here to come down to your knees if that feels good. You can lower all the way down to your belly if that feels good as well. You can also skip this all together. As you inhale, we're going to come to upward facing dog. Lift your heart, engage your legs off of the mat, and unshrug your shoulders. Send your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Nice, that's our Sun A salutation. We're going to move through that a few times, moving one breath to one movement. So reconnect to your breath. Long, deep inhales, long, deep exhales. As you inhale, come to your toes, slow and steady. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway left, lengthen. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, arms out to the side, up overhead. Palms meet at the top. As you exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to high plank. Slow and steady, you lower down. Chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale for downward facing dog. Inhale, come to your toes. Bend your knees. As you exhale, you step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Tadasana. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to high plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Mountain pose. Exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Lower down through Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Hold and breathe there. We'll move through that series 2 more times using your breaths as a guide. So I won't be cueing you. Move at a pace that feels good to you. You don't have to worry about me. You don't have to worry about getting it perfect. We're just gonna move. Start to connect one breath to one movement. I'll get you started. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, step to the top of your mat. You're on your own from here. Beautiful movements. Intentional, powerful, breath-driven movements. When you get to downward facing dog after finishing your second round, hold and breathe there. Take a moment to check in. Nice. Inhale, come to your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, step or float to the top of your mat once again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold forward. On your next inhale, we'll take chair pose. Bend your knees as much as you need to sit back into an imaginary chair. Our goal is to have our ankles right under our knees. Oftentimes that means we need to sit back a little bit further. And as you inhale, we're gonna peel our arms up and overhead, peel your belly off of your thighs. Hug in your low belly. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Nice. Wherever you are, breathe. If you have your balance, maybe you close your eyes, soften your gaze, and breathe. Notice that this posture is not necessarily comfortable, but we can breathe through it. Then inhale, you come to standing mountain pose. Exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to high plank. Lower down through chaturanga, knees up or down. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your right leg lifts, 3-point pose. Hold and breathe here. Press the earth away, lift that heel. See if you can square your hips down to the mat. Oftentimes that means we can't really lift our legs quite as high. Take one big inhale. As you exhale, we're gonna step that foot all the way between your hands. Keep that back heel lifted. As you inhale, we'll find warrior crescent lunge. Nice. Exhale to warrior two. So warrior two, your back foot is at about a 45-degree angle. Reach in equal and opposite directions. Maybe you feel like you're pressing down on a countertop. Let that engage your arms. On your next inhale, we'll take reverse warrior. So flip your front palm and reach up and back. Take one more big inhale here. Exhale, side angle. We're gonna bring our right elbow onto our right knee. Reach that left arm up and over your head. So again, we're stretching the side of our body here, creating an energetic line from our fingertips to our back heel. Nice. Inhale. I'm gonna reverse our warrior once again. Actually, let's do reverse triangle. Straighten that front leg. Reach your left or right arm up and over. Exhale, hands frame your front foot. You step back to high plank. Lower down to chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Nice. Left leg lifts, 3-point pose. Breathe here, find your alignment. As you exhale, we're gonna hug that knee into your chest. Slow and steady, step it all the way through low lunge. From low lunge, get your footing. As you inhale, we're gonna find crescent lunge. So in crescent lunge, what we wanna do is keep that back leg really straight and strong. Come up onto the ball of your back heel. So we're not having any lazy lunges or lunges that are a little wonky. You're gonna press yourself forward, lift up with your fingertips, take a big inhale. As you exhale, we'll find warrior two. Nice, reach in equal and opposite directions, lengthen through the crown of your head. Wherever you are, breathe. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Flip that left palm, reach up and back. As you exhale, we'll find side angle. Bring your left elbow to your left knee, reach your right arm up and over your ear. Take one breath in here. As you exhale, we're gonna find your reverse triangle. Straighten that front knee, lift that left arm up and over. Exhale, windmill your hands around your front foot. Step that left foot to meet your right high plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Nice, let's do it again. We're gonna move through that series. I'm gonna come down to my knees. You guys stay in downward facing dog. Just kind of good to give you an idea of where we're going. We're gonna move through those postures, one breath to one movement. So again, as we move, I encourage you to think about your own breath. So if you're moving a little faster, a little slower than me, that's okay. Just notice, see if you can be present. Each inhale should be one full posture. Each exhale should be one full posture. So we wanna just see if we can connect our mind and our body by using our breath. So in yoga, we call this connection that's related to a kosha. And I know I probably sound like I'm saying mumbo jumbo, but a kosha is a layer of your body. or a layer of yourself rather. So our outermost kosha, you can think about it like an onion, is our body, right? Our physical body, the things that you can touch, our muscles and bones and joints. Underneath your outer kosha is the next one, which is your mind. And then from there we move to a third layer, which is your prana, your breath. And then your wisdom. So you can see how your breath is sort of a bridge between your physical body and your inner self. So what we want to do as we move and breathe is try to create that connection. See if you can get a level deeper into your own body. All right, from downward facing dog, inhale, come to your toes. As you exhale, step or float to the top of your mat. You're in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long straight spine. Exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, prepare for chair pose. Reach your arms up and overhead. And as you exhale, we'll fold forward, straight spine as you go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. You step back to high plank. As you exhale, bend your elbows for chaturanga. Big breath in for upward facing dog. Big breath out for downward facing dog. As you inhale, your right leg lifts, 3-point pose. As you exhale, you step that foot between your hands. Next inhale brings you to crescent lunge. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Beautiful movement. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Straighten that front leg. Reach your arm up and back. As you exhale, we'll windmill our hands around our front foot. Step back to high plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step that foot between your hands, low lunge. Inhale for crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Exhale, hands frame your front foot. You step back to high plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Inhale, come to your toes, lift your heels, bend your knees. As you exhale, you step or float to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Use your breath. Inhale for chair pose. Reach those arms up and overhead at the top of your pose. As you exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Lower down. Big breath in for upward facing dog. Big breath out for downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step your foot between your hands, low lunge. Inhale for crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Nice. Exhale, hands frame your front foot. Step back to high plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step that foot between your hands, low lunge. Inhale for crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Exhale, hands frame your front foot. Step back to high plank. Hold and breathe. So breathe here. Notice the strength of your body. Stay in high plank. I'm going to talk at you some more. If you have your balance, maybe you close your eyes, soften your gaze. Visualize your body in space right now. Pressing the earth away, hugging in your low belly. And then visualize your breath. We're in an uncomfortable pose. It's hard to stay in plank. But you got this. See if you can tap into a deeper level of you. Keep breathing. We're gonna move through that Sun B series again. I will cue you on inhales and exhales only. So you work through the postures. I'll move with you, so I'll be there to guide you. We're just gonna breathe together and let the movements just be a part of that breath. Nice. Stay in high plank. Hold and breathe. If you need to come down to your knees, please do so. All right, let's flow. Inhale, exhale, 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 breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, lower down, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Nice. Come to your toes, lift your heels, look forward. Step or float to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Nice. Inhale for chair pose. Reach those arms up and overhead. See if you can sit your hips back in space. Breathe. Hold and breathe. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're gonna take a chair twist. We're gonna take that right elbow, hook it on the outside of your left knee. See if you can bring your palms to your heart center. So you twist from your low belly. Inhale back to center. Exhale, we'll twist in the opposite direction. Inhale back to center. Arms up overhead. Exhale, you fold forward. Nice, you guys. Let your head be heavy. Bend your knees as much as you need to. I'm going to separate my feet about hips width distance. And just sway from side to side. And heel toe my big toes back together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, reach those arms out to the side, up and overhead. Palms meet at the top. As you exhale, you draw those hands down through center. Close your eyes, soften your gaze. Samastitihi. See if you can recall your intention. Maybe that's breathing through challenges. Maybe that's finding some opportunity or growth in uncomfortable situations. Nice. From here, we'll reach our arms out to the side, up overhead. And as you exhale, we'll fold forward. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. We're gonna separate our feet about hips width distance. We're gonna take our peace sign fingers and hook them around our big toes for gorilla posture. You're gonna bend your elbows, let your head be heavy, and let your grip help pull you down a little closer towards the earth. Do a nice inhale. We'll release your grip. Lengthen through the crown of your head. As you exhale, we're going to bend our knees, find a crouching position. So your hips are down by your heels. If it feels good, you can be up on your knees or up on the balls of your feet as well. So if you can, you place the soles of your feet on the earth, and then slowly lower all the way down to your bum. Your knees point up towards the ceiling. We're gonna lie back to our back. So reach forward towards the front of your space. Slow and steady, we're gonna roll all the way to a lying position. Nice. So from here, I'm gonna keep my feet planted. We're gonna activate our core a little bit. So you're gonna interlace your hands behind your back. Press your arms out to the side. As you inhale, we're gonna lift our heart up towards the ceiling. Oftentimes we have a tendency to crunch forward. See if you can make the movement about lifting up. So in your inhale, you lift. Exhale, you lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And you just keep moving like that. If I'm moving a little too fast or a little too slow for you, feel free to pick a pace that suits your breath. Elbows out towards the side. Heart lifts up towards the ceiling. Nice, we'll finish in 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees into your chest, give yourself a big squeeze. From here, we're going to extend our feet up towards the ceiling. If it feels good, you can kind of bring your arms or hands under your low back just to give yourself a little bit of support. On your next exhale, we're going to drop our right leg so that it hovers off of the mat, just an inch or two. Inhale, bring that back up. Exhale, drop your left. So just scissoring our legs back and forth. If you need a little bit more engagement here, you can lift your shoulder blades off of your mat. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Press your belly button down towards the floor underneath you. I'm going to turn this into a yogi bicycle. I'm going to bend my left knee, bring my hands behind my head, twist my right elbow to my left knee. Inhale to center. Exhale, you twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Keep going. A lot about our arm balances, our crow pose, are uncomfortable, but we cultivate a strong core, a strong breath to help us breathe through that discomfort. My belly is burning. I'm sure yours is too. We'll finish in 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. If it feels good, you can rock from side to side. Nice. From here, we're going to cross our ankles. Rock and roll the length of your spine 1 or 2 times. Just breathing in and breathing out as you go. Massaging your spine. Come to a seated position. Place your hands in front of your shins and step back to your high plank position. Take a big breath in here. As you exhale, we're going to find forearm plank. So you walk your forearms down to the mat. Nice. Breathe in. Press the earth away. Your next inhale will come up to a high plank position. Exhale, lower down. Forearm plank. You got it. Inhale. High plank. Exhale. Forearm plank. Inhale. High plank. Exhale. Forearm plank. Inhale. High plank. Exhale. Forearm plank. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hold and breathe, forearm plank. See if we can hold this for a whole minute. If it feels like you need a break, come down to your knees. Don't give up. We're not quitters. You can get through it. What you can do is modify. Take time to figure out a position that suits you. Once you've had a little bit of a rest, you can always come back to your forearm plank with knees up. I need to be knees down today. Nice. Just 15 minutes left, or 15 seconds. 15 minutes would be intense. Seconds. Finish in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Lower your belly onto the mat. Extend your feet towards the long edge of your mat for Sphinx pose. Press the mat away with your hands. Unshrug your shoulders and lift your heart forward. This is a big back bend, kind of stretching out that core muscles that we just activated. And we'll slowly lower down. Option to bring your hands like a pillow here and just rest your cheek on your hands or your forehead with one direction. When you're ready, we'll switch to the other ear. So you look in the opposite direction just to even out your neck. Nice. From that position, we're going to bring our hands right under our shoulders. We're pressing up to plank pose. Once again, if it feels good, you can go through tabletop or use your knees. Otherwise, hug in your low belly, lift your knees off of the mat and press yourself up to plank. Shift your weight back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come to your heels, look forward, step or float to the top of your mat, forward fold. Nice. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold forward. This time we'll take Pada Hastasana, so your palms point up, fingertips towards the front of your mat. And then we're going to snuggle those hands right under your heels. Lower your head. Use your elbows to pull yourself a little closer to your thighs. Beautiful. You can release your grip. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold forward. Nice. Come to a seated position once again. I'm going to show you how I practice crow pose, and then we'll practice it together. Have an opportunity to kind of work through an arm balance. So I always start from a forward fold position. I also sometimes use blocks. So if you have blocks or books, that might be something to go grab right now. So let me show you how I get into this posture. So I got my blocks here. I'll use those first, and then I'll show you how I do it without blocks. The blocks just kind of bring the ground a little bit closer to you so you feel a little safer as you are starting to balance. So I bring my feet about hips width distance apart. I'm going to put my hands close to the blocks, almost like you're creating an L shape with the block. All right. So from here, I'm going to bend my knees, bend my elbows. And as I do that, you'll notice that your knees meet the back of your forearm. And then I'm going to shift my weight forward. I'm noticing that I need to move my blocks up a little bit. And step my feet back, so I'm on the balls of my feet. And eventually I put more and more weight onto my forearms. Maybe I can touch my head to the blocks. If that feels uncomfortable to you, another way you can use the blocks is to step on them. It's a really cool way to, again, bring the ground a little closer to you. So, helps you kind of shift your weight forward. Maybe you pick one foot off your block. Maybe you pick another foot off your block. You're looking forward at the top of your mat and not down. If you look down, you'll go down. So we want to start to peel our feet off of the blocks. Maybe you hug your feet into your bum. Squeeze your core muscles. And you look forward. Nice. So we'll practice that together. You can be anywhere you need to be today. Maybe you're just in that forward fold and experiencing a nice inversion, and that's okay. Maybe you start to connect your knees to your triceps. If you've got that, maybe you start to hover one foot, hover another foot. If that feels comfortable, maybe you remove the blocks and see if you can hold crow pose for a few breaths. I suggest 5 or 10 breaths. If you practice and you fall out, it's okay. You try again. If you can, try not to be attached to the outcome, but attached to your breath. Take your time, there's no rush. Notice what parts of your bodies are engaged. If you're holding your breath, see if you can breathe. Oftentimes when we get in challenging situations that are uncomfortable, we tend to hold our breath. So see if you can cultivate your breath first, then practice crow. Nice. Take one more try wherever you are. And then from there, we'll come back to our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, reach those arms out to the side, up overhead. Your palms meet at the top. Exhale, draw those prayer hands down to heart center. Nice. Inhale. One more time, reach up. Exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, high plank. Option here to take your chaturanga, otherwise shift straight back to downward facing dog. Inhale, your right leg lifts. As you exhale, hug your knee to your chest, step through to low lunge. We're gonna drop our back heel this time, prepare for warrior one. As you inhale, reach those arms up and overhead. Nice. Breathe here. As you exhale, we're gonna interlace those hands right behind our back. Press your knuckles down towards the earth, lift your heart. As you exhale, we'll take humble warrior. So you bow forward towards that space between your knee. Lift your knuckles up towards the ceiling. See if you can keep your palms together. On your next inhale, press your knuckles up towards the sky. Lift your arms back up to warrior one. As you exhale, you find warrior two. Beautiful. Inhale, straighten that front knee. We're going to take triangle posture, Trikonasana. Reach your right fingertips forward. And as you find the capacity of your reach, we're going to TikTok our arms to 12 and 6 o'clock. Option here to use a block. Open your heart towards the side of your space. See if you can square your hips open as well. Take one more big breath in. Rebend your front knee. Use that to lift you all the way up to star pose. Heels in, toes out. Reach and eagle in opposite direction. And as you exhale, we'll find wide-legged forward fold. So point your toes towards the long edge of your mat and you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, you fold forward. We're gonna walk our hands towards the top of our mat. Find your low lunge. Get really strong in this front leg. We're gonna come all the way to a standing position. So you can use your hands on your front thigh to start to lift yourself up. From here, we're gonna take tree pose. So you're in a one-legged mountain. You can grab your ankle, place your foot, the sole of your foot on the inside of your inner thigh. If that feels like a little much for you, you can always come down to your calf. You can use your foot as a kickstand. And breathe in. You've got your balance, maybe you grow branches. Lift your arms up towards the sky. Take one more big breath in here. As you exhale, both feet find the earth. Keep your arms lifted overhead. As you exhale, we'll fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to high plank. Option to lower down through chaturanga or shift your hips up and back to downward facing dog right away. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step that foot between your hands, low lunge. Drop your back heel. Inhale for warrior one, hold and breathe. See if you can do a body scan. So from your toes to your fingertips, you need to make any adjustments. One more big inhale here. As you exhale, we're going to interlace those hands behind your low back. Press your knuckles down towards the earth. Lift your heart up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, use all that length as you fold forward to your humble warrior.
Press your knuckles up towards the ceiling. See if you can keep the palms of your hands together. Round your spine like you found a little bit of a cat pose. One more big inhale. Press yourself up to warrior one. As you exhale, we'll find warrior two. Nice. Inhale, straighten that front knee. Reach forward with your left hand and find your triangle pose, Trikonasana. Rebend your front knee. Inhale, come all the way up to star pose. Heels in, toes out. Get big, reach up. And as you exhale, we'll find wide-legged forward fold. Toes point towards the long edge of your mat. Bring the crown of your head a little closer towards the earth. Breathe here. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, we'll walk our hands close towards the top of our mat, low lunge. Get really strong in this front leg. Option to use that as leverage as you stand all the way up to one-legged mountain. Over one-legged mountain, we'll transition to our tree posture. So you're gonna grab your ankle, place the sole of your right foot on your left inner thigh. Also, an option here to bring the sole of your foot onto your calf or use it as a kickstand. Nice. See if I can get my balance here. If you have your balance, option to grow branches here. Also an option to try to close your eyes. See how that shifts your weight, shift your balance. Notice more about your body, about your inner self when we turn off or close our eyes, turn off the outside world. We'll take one more big breath in here and slowly release your right foot down onto the earth. Inhale, reach those arms up and overhead, mountain pose. As you exhale, we'll fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we're gonna step the left foot all the way to the back of your mat. You're in a low lunge. Heel toe your right foot out to the long edge of your mat, and then we're gonna drop our back knee. Untuck your toes. We're gonna just take a big hip stretch or a runner's lunge here. Option to stay up on your hands if that feels good, if you're getting a good stretch. You can come down to your forearms as well. You can take somewhere in between where your forearms are up on blocks. You start to close your eyes, soften your gaze. Give yourself permission to relax into this posture. Sometimes it's more uncomfortable to sit in a posture like a stretch than it is to sit in a posture that is requiring strength. So if this feels a little uncomfortable to you, just be with that. Just notice what's coming up for you and how that discomfort might be giving you an opportunity to grow. On your next inhale, we'll walk our hands back up towards our hips. Gonna heel toe that foot towards the center of the mat once again. I'm gonna keep using my blocks here. Option to keep your hands on the ground as we shift our weight back to half splits, Ardha Padmasana. I'm gonna reach those toes, those front toes up towards the ceiling. So you can square your hips. Often that means you need to replug your right hip into its socket. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Lead with your heart as you fold forward over your straight front leg. And breathe. I'm gonna walk my blocks forward once again. Place my hands around my front foot, retuck my back toes, find your low lunge. From here, I'm gonna bring my left foot to, or right foot to meet my left foot, high plank pose. Take a big breath in, big breath out. As you inhale, we'll shift our hips up and back for downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that left leg high. As you exhale, we'll step that foot between your hands, low lunge. Gonna heel toe the left foot out to the left edge of the mat. Drop your back knee, untuck your toes. Find your runner's lunge. So you can bring your hands to the mat, your forearms to the mat, forearms on blocks. For me, I like to kind of wiggle in this posture. I know that sounds weird, but it feels good on my hips. So you notice what you want in your body. What would make you feel good? Do that. And take one more big breath here. Start to walk your hands back towards your hips. I'm gonna place the block on the outside of my left foot and heel toe my left foot back towards the center of my mat. Step your hips back, walk your blocks back if you're using them. Left toes point up towards the ceiling. See if you can square your hips, lengthen through the crown of your head, and you fold forward. Half splits, Ardha Hanumasana. Take one more big breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to walk our blocks towards the top of your mat. Find your low lunge. Retuck your toes. And then send your left foot back to meet your right high plank. Take one big breath in here. As you exhale, we'll find downward facing dog. Come to your toes, bend your knees. Walk your feet forward to the top of your mat. You're in a forward fold position. Bend your knees as much as you need to. And from here, we'll crouch again. So we're gonna come to your toes, bend your knees, sit your hips back onto your heels. And slowly lower your rear end down to the mat. So you're in a seated position. Plant the soles of your feet on the mat, knees point straight up. You're gonna roll down to a lying position, reach your arms forward, hug your low belly to your spine, and take your time as you roll all the way down. Nice. We're gonna snuggle our heels a little closer to our glutes for bridge posture. So for bridge posture, lift and spread your toes, press your feet firmly onto the earth. Take a big inhale. We're gonna start to lift our hips up towards the ceiling. Lift your heart up towards the ceiling. See if you can keep your knees about hip width distance apart. Oftentimes they start to splay out. Hug your knees back to alignment. And as you exhale, we're gonna slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time. Nice, let's move with our breath. Inhale, start to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. And as you start to exhale, we'll slowly lower back down. So slow and steady, big, long, full, deep breaths. We'll lift to the count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do it again. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last bridge posture here. As you inhale, come all the way to the top. Hold and breathe at the top. If it feels good, you can close your eyes, soften your gaze. If it's part of your practice, you can snuggle your shoulder blades underneath you, interlace your fingers, and press your knuckles down towards the earth. Let that lift your heart a little higher. Take one more big breath in. As you exhale, we'll slowly lower to the earth. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Nice. From here, we're going to keep your knees hugged in. Just extend your thighs so that your shins are parallel to the earth. As you exhale, we're going to drop those knees over towards the left. You can bring your hands to cactus position or make a T shape with your arms. Going to be in a supine twist. Option here to look straight up towards the ceiling, or maybe you look over towards the right. Allow gravity to do the work. Allow your body to start slowing down just a bit. As you inhale, we'll bring our knees back to center. And as you exhale, we'll drop our knees over towards the right. You can gaze towards the left or gaze straight up at the ceiling. Notice what would feel good in your body today and choose that. Inhale, bring your knees back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Your next inhale will find happy baby. Draw your knees down by your sides. Grab the pinky edge side of your feet. See if you can get your whole spine on the mat here. If it feels good, you can rock from side to side. Maybe extend one leg, extend the other leg. Your next inhale, you hug your knees into your chest one more time. Give yourself a big giant squeeze. If it feels good, you can take a big inhale. Curl your chin to your chest. Squeeze everything in really tightly. And as you exhale, we'll find Shavasana. Extend your legs long onto the mat. Heels in, toes out, palms face up by your side. And you make yourself comfortable so you can adjust in any way that feels good. Maybe you lift and lower your head. You move your shoulder blades around. You can widen your Shavasana. And if it feels good in your body today, we can take a seated Shavasana. So I will take a seated Shavasana. But if you're in a lying position and that feels comfortable to you, please stay there. Allow your body to be heavy. Allow the weight of your body to be fully supported by the earth below you. And scan your body. Notice any place that you're feeling tension and that would benefit from some softening. Maybe it's your forehead, your jaw, your fingers, your toes. Just let go. Give yourself permission to rest here. I will
guide you out of Shavasana when it's time, but until then, just rest. Start to bring attention back to your breath. Taking bigger inhales and bigger exhales. When you're ready, we'll bring little movements to little things, wiggling fingers and toes, giving your body signals to wake up. On your next inhale, we'll take a full body stretch. Reach your fingers towards the back of the room. Reach your toes towards the front of the room. Maybe you arch your spine off of the mat.